Well, I'm joined now on the line by Philip Stoner, former Deputy Defence Attaché for the UK. Philip, Annette was just saying to us moments ago, NATO has not only been using airstrikes, so far no boots on the ground there in Libya. What are your thoughts? Might they actually bring in soldiers on the ground to end this fight in Tripoli?
Hello, good morning. Yes, no, I think that is very unlikely, especially at this moment. This is a very sensitive time, and it's extremely fragile for this sort of emerging new democracy. So that's the last thing that NATO will do. I think there are two things that NATO really must do uppermost at the moment. Is first of all, actually take a deep breath and take, in metaphorically speaking, a step backwards and try and not to get involved, because really the focus now is on clearing up these last few pockets. On the other hand, they're in a far better position because the areas of activity and the sniper activity have been localized. So it's a lot easier now to use high-tech surveillance methods from a distance, completely discreetly, to actually piece together exactly where the snipers are and exactly where the problems are coming from. And that is an advantage which not least all the Americans have and are able to actually give to NATO and indirectly through to the rebels. So the rebels do have an enormous advantage behind them, but the important thing is that this assistance, if it is to move forward, must remain completely discreet, and it must from the outside appear to be the rebels gaining the upper hand, the rebels gaining the control of Tripoli.
Now, the rebels are saying at the moment that they do control much of Tripoli, but our correspondents on the ground say the fighting's definitely continuing. How long could this fight for Tripoli go on?
Well, I mean, I think, this certainly could have gone for a number of days. But on the other hand, bearing in mind it is localized to, I think, sort of 20% or maybe less of Tripoli, that area clearly will become increasingly surrounded. Parts of Tripoli can be cut off from the point of view of water supply and power supply. So it will make it increasingly easier for the rebels to actually gain the upper hand. But again, if they're hardline people who are sort of very close to Gaddafi, who are prepared to go down fighting, then it could indeed take a number of days, perhaps possibly into a week and maybe a little bit more, to actually gain the control of that last 20%.
All right, Philip Stoner, thank you so much for speaking to us there on the line.